Hey guys, welcome back to Brian's Train Room. This is part of a series of decorating diagrams that we're going to explore on this channel. And there's some just fascinating ones with some really great information. What is a decorating diagram? Well, behind me is an example of such thing, which is basically just sort of a drawing of, in this case, an F-3 that they were like, hey, can we design it this way? What do you think? Tweak it? And should we make it? That is coming your way. Hey guys, welcome back to Brian's Train Room. Today, we're just doing some exploring. Whatever is in this cabinet, we're going to show it to you. Let's figure out what we got here. Meeny, meeny, miny, mo. What in the world? Are you kidding me? Yeah, this is coming your way. So this one's really special. This is the stamping layout or decorating layout for the Canadian Pacific F-3. This is absolutely beautiful, and there's some really important tidbits of information on here that we're going to talk about. The first thing we're going to take a little peek at, though, is the front decal and showing the Canadian Pacific decal with the little beaver and the little stripes and where they're supposed to be and how this is supposed to be in yellow. That is all hand-drawn pencil. Unbelievable. That's beautiful. The next thing, let's take a look at the body here, and there's a couple things we want to note. The first is we're showing the stripes coming off the side. You have your main stripe down at the lower. You have Canadian Pacific lettering here and the exact dimensions of what was done. And then you have the 2373 notation. And then you have what goes on up top, which is the other stripe that goes across the top as shown here. Okay, so then there's a couple things to note. This is noting the proper coloring, which would be Tuscan across the top, a gray all through here and covering into the front, and then this lower section here is in Tuscan red. So you have Tuscan, gray, Tuscan. But what's really interesting is when you go down to the changes, one of the changes shows here as A1 and A2 was stainless steel. What that means is when you take a look at the top here, this was originally going to be decorated differently, meaning this gray area right through here and this top stripe were originally planned to be shiny or stainless steel color. Okay, but instead they said, no, we're not doing that. We're going to make this gray through here, and we're going to match the lower stripe in yellow. That is the designations that are shown on this form. Unbelievable. This is the A unit for the 2373 Canadian Pacific F-3. To wrap this episode up, I am going to show you an incredible piece. This is the decorating stamping layout for a 2373-52, which is designating not an A unit, but a B unit, and exactly the way they were planning on decorating this. But they didn't make it. But it's right here, and it shows what they're going to make, and also kind of shows a little bit of behind the scenes that may have happened, and here's why. So the first is, let's take a little peek here. First of all, in the change order section, there's nothing. They didn't even have any changes to this too, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But let's take a little peek at how they wanted to decorate this, starting from the bottom up. So the first is down here, you've got Canadian Pacific, makes sense, 2373. This is how it should be. And with a yellow line across here, and I did misspeak earlier, it was supposed to be a yellow line across the top of the A unit as well. I said it was originally in silver and it was yellow. It was always yellow. And then this right through here was designated as gray. Where it gets more interesting is this top section through here. If you look at the designations of all of the colors, the bottom, Tuscan red, middle, gray, but this top section was designated as stainless steel. Very similar to what originally was planned for the A unit, but it was changed, and it was changed to gray, and that's ultimately how they made it. But on this particular stamping layout, it was never changed. The reason for that, this particular layout is dated 1/23 of 57. There are no changes to it. Nothing happened after this. So somewhere between the time where they started to update the A unit and production, this B unit was cut. Unbelievable. This is an incredible piece of Lionel history. This is the stamping layout for the non-production, never made it 2373-52 B unit. Hey guys, thanks for watching this special episode video series on the decorating diagrams. There is amazing information about these, about some of your most favorite post-war items and how they got to be the colors and decorated the way that you see them now. There's incredible information in these, and I expect to explore those with you. So if you enjoyed this episode, look out for the other ones. There's more coming your way. And let me tell you, I look forward to exploring every bit of it. So as always, thanks for joining me on Brian's Trading Room.
Look at her streak along the rails. It's a Lionel.